What is employee experience? What does that actually mean? Well, it's actually quite simple. For every single organization and for every single employee that works with and for you, employee experience is a combination of three things. Three environments that you can control and shape and design for. In fact, if there's anything that you remember from what I say, just have it be this. It's the employee experience equation. Employee experience is a combination of three environments: culture, technology, and space. Culture, technology, and space. These are the three things that you can design for. These are the three things that you can shape and control and build to create great experiences for your people. Now, underneath these, there are a couple different elements. There are 10 things for culture, 4 things for space, and there are 3 things for technology. So there are some sub-themes there, but broadly speaking, these are the 3 buckets, the 3 environments that you need to be aware of that you can control and design and shape. Now, I want you to think of a time during your career when you worked for an organization and you hated your job. And you quit and you went to go work for another company. Chances are the company was in the same geographic location, same industry, same company size, you're doing the same type of work, your commute might be the same. Now all of a sudden you love your job. What changed? It's similar company, same industry, you're doing the same type of work. So what changed? Why do you love this new company and you didn't like the other one? It's because of your experience. It's because of the culture, the technology, and the space. So let's start off with space. Space is 30% of the overall employee experience. And now I know we're talking a lot about this hybrid environment, these hybrid work solutions, which I think are very much going to be the new reality. So space is 30% of the overall employee experience. And there has been a lot of research done by folks at MIT and Harvard, and what they figured out is that the space represents and acts as a symbol of what your organization stands for. So think of your favorite superhero. Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, whoever it might be. They all have the symbols, right? Their logos, the icons that they use that represent who they are and what they stand for. In the eyes of your employees, physical space acts as that symbol that represents who your company is and what your organization stands for. And I'm just not talking about the building and making a beautiful building. I'm talking about what happens in the space. So for example, one of the ways that you can tell that your organization has a great space is if you write your values down on a sheet of paper and you walk around your company and you see those values come to life. Do you think your values make you unique? It's not the values that make your company unique. What makes your values unique is how they actually come to life. If you walk around your space, if you talk to your employees, do you see trust? Do you see teamwork? Do you see innovation? Do you see putting the customer first? Values are just words. They're just things that you write down on a sheet of paper. How do those values actually come to life inside of your organization? 30% of the overall employee experience comes down to space. And space could mean the art that hangs on the walls. It could be the hybrid environment that your employees are a part of. It could be the people that they see. It could be the food that you give them. All of these things are a part of the space in which employees work. And I think especially over the past few years, we've seen how important space can be. Because look how many people are struggling with things like mental health, with feeling lonely, with feeling disconnected. Space matters. The people matter. So 30% of the overall employee experience is about space. Next, we have technology. Technology is also 30% of the overall employee experience. And I like to think of technology as the central nervous system of your organization. And can you imagine what would have happened if this pandemic happened 20 years ago? When we didn't have these tools, when we didn't have these technologies? I mean, I think the business implications would have been disastrous. How many companies would have gone out of business because we couldn't connect with our employees? We wouldn't be able to service our customers. It's technology, I think, that really helped a lot of organizations get through these past few years. Technology is what it connects your people. It connects your employees together. It connects you to your customers. It's the central nervous system of your organization. Now, the interesting thing about technology is we oftentimes think of it as just an IT thing, right? Right? It's a technology problem, go talk to your IT department. You know, the people with the white lab coats in the basements with the servers. But have you ever had an issue with technology? What sort of reaction do you get when you have a technology problem? You get a human reaction, right? I mean, you get upset, you get disengaged, you get frustrated, right? You might slam something, you might throw something. You get a human response. So when technology breaks down and when you don't have the right tools and resources to get your job, it's not an IT problem, it's a human problem. It's an experience problem. So oftentimes we think of it as just something that passes off to IT, but this is something that is very much a human problem. One of the ways that you can tell, and there are 3 elements that make up a great technology experience, but one of the most important ones is having technology that is consumer grade. I know we've been talking about this idea of enterprise grade technologies for many, many years, for decades even. I want to encourage you to think of consumer grade technologies for your people. What does consumer grade technology mean? It means that you have tools that are so useful, so beautiful, and so valuable at work that you wish you had something similar that you could use in your personal life if it existed. But instead we see the opposite, right? We use things like Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn or Google and all these easy-to-use consumer-grade platforms, and we show up to work and we say, man, I wish I had something that was this easy to use at work. Do you ever have something that's so easy and beautiful to use at work that you say, man, I wish I had something like this to use in my personal life? That's what consumer-grade technology means. How do you create tools for your employees that are so beautiful, so useful, and so valuable that your employees wish they had something like that to use in their personal lives? That's what consumer-grade technology means. And again, technology, central nervous system of the organization. The last environment is corporate culture. Corporate culture is 40% of the overall employee experience. 40% of the overall employee experience is about culture. Culture is not about things that you can see or touch or taste or breathe in. Corporate culture is about how you feel. How do you feel working for the organization that you're a part of?